And hey guys, welcome back. You're back with the Wandering Mariner. It is July 21st. I'm out and about for the day, starting my workday hustle. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a lot of the comments that you guys have been leaving below. And it's all kind of the common theme. Everybody's asking, why can I not find any information about Military Sealift Command? Where's it at? Typically, you could go, when you're looking at an employer, you could go to Glassdoor, you could go to Reddit, you could go to, chat boards. You get the skinny on a lot of corporations and businesses out there. But with Military Sealift Command, everybody's like, why is nothing posted? Well, I'm doing this video to explain why you can't find any information about Military Sealift Command. And it kind of starts off with rule number one of Military Sealift Command is you don't talk about Military Sealift Command. Like Fight Club, right? No, that's not the truth. I like to make myself laugh. All right, guys. So the main reason is Military Sealift Command has a media policy. Okay, so they have rules and guidelines about what you can post and what you can't post when you're employed with Military Sealift Command. And that's for several reasons. One is operational security, and that's probably the most important. When people are out on ship, you're typically near the Navy or working with the Navy. And these awesome devices that we use every day, well, they've been set up with geolocation tags when you take a picture. So if you're out there taking videos, it's recording your latitude, your longitude, and the time it was taken. So we don't necessarily want that information published out into the public. So that's kind of that aspect of operational security and where ships are operating at. Because a lot of times the mission, whatever they're doing, we don't want that as public knowledge for everybody, right? So another reason why they have a media policy is I was on a ship back in the 90s. We had a helicopter accident. And one of the first things that happened was as soon as we got in, they came aboard and they collected all of the video that they could find, They said it was for evidence, but they were kind of gathering up and it went into a vault somewhere and nobody saw their videotapes again. Well, some things didn't get collected. It got leaked out later and whatnot. You guys can, if you look up USNS Pecos helo crash, you could see videos about that. And that was before cell phones. So back then it was VHS tapes and 8mm tapes that we were worried about leaking out to the public and whatnot. And part of that is, like, if you have a family member that dies in an accident or something goes wrong, you don't want the family members to necessarily find out on YouTube first, right? So there's some of that aspect of it. There's investigative reasons and there's, liability reasons. So they have a media responsibility, or mariners have a responsibility to make sure that they're following the media policy when you work for Military Sealift Command. And the third and most important thing with why you don't find anything out there about Military Sealift Command: retribution. Military Sealift Command is approximately 125 ships, give or take. And out of that, you're looking at I think the number's around 8,000 employees that work at Military Sealift Command. If you guys ever heard of that game called the 6 Degrees of Separation with Kevin Bacon, right? It's like within 6 degrees of people, everybody in Hollywood has worked with Kevin Bacon within 6 degrees. So the game goes like, you say, oh, Danny DeVito, and then they say all these movies that they link different actors to Kevin Bacon. Military Sealift Command is probably 2 degrees of separation. It's a small group of people and they talk to each other and they find out about each other, and the new person come in and they want to know and all these things. So it's a very small community. So if you are putting stuff on the internet and everybody watches, maybe I'm not going to say everybody watches it, but if it's spicy, it gets around really quick. And I think there's a Facebook page too. If you guys are interested about Military Sealift Command, there's a Facebook page called Military Sealift Command 101. And I don't know who the administrators are, but it can get a little spicy too. Sometimes people go on there and talk smack, but when they're doing that, everybody else is seeing those posts. It's public. So when you work for a company, you don't want to say anything negative. And I think that's why you don't find out a lot of information too. And also, you know, for the most part, I don't think there's a whole lot of like seriously unhappy, disgruntled employees out there. I think things have gone wrong and people, it just wasn't the mix for them. It wasn't the employment for them. But I don't think there's anybody that's like, screw that guy, I'm quitting, you know? And that's the great thing about Military Sealift Command is if you're on a ship and you don't vibe with that ship's way of doing business, don't worry. There's 124 other ships that you could possibly get assigned to. So you move on, employers move on, you know, your supervisors come and go, everybody's kind of coming and going. So if you don't like what's going on right now, you can leave when your time is up, or maybe that person will leave. So there's always that. A lot going on. I got a couple of other videos in production right now that I'm working on getting out to you guys. The next one is going to be Masters and Commanders and the chain of command. And I think that's going to be a real good video for you guys if you are trying to understand what Military Sealift Command is like, how does it operate, what's going on, and it's going to be good. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that one. And then the next one, equal employment opportunity with Military Sealift Command. ... Really? Question mark. That one's going to get a little spicy. I wouldn't be surprised if that one makes it to the Admiral. Hope you guys are liking these videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, stick around, because we're going to keep rolling. Have a great one.